What is up, guys? Holy crap. Crazy day yesterday. Were you watching that? I was glued to my screen. It's like, what's going on, man? It's crazy stuff. Market's bouncing a bit today. I want to talk about the charts, talk about what's going on. Is this all normal? Let's have a dive into it. Look at some of the charts. We've got some altcoins that are actually doing pretty gosh darn well right now. Interesting things going on. Of course, answering your questions second half of the stream, so make sure you stick around for the good times. Let's go. Okay, so I want to start with the Bitcoin charts here. We got deeply oversold yesterday. Look at that, 25 on the RSI daily. Okay, fantastic. We saw the old MACD basically drop off a cliff right there. Deeply oversold. Now, we also came back down to retest the 200-day simple moving average, which is something I don't often look at, because I don't really like the simple moving averages compared to the exponential moving averages, because I'm responsive to recent price action. Simple moving averages tend to be more lagging. But if you want something that's more of a sort of steady rock kind of indicator, it's the 200-day simple moving average. That's the pink line on the chart. Here we came back down and exactly tested that yesterday at $82,100 approximately. Fascinating. Nice place to bounce. Okay. Bad place to lose if we start getting acceptance under there. Now, so far, right now, Bitcoin's pumping a little bit. We're at $86,800. We've retaken the 200-day EMA. We're going to take the SMA off. Pink line of the chart here. We did just bounce off that. We're going to take the SMA off. EMA, red line of the chart right here. Currently, we are pushing a candle higher here. Now, obviously, guys, we want to see some continuation here, not just a short, like, oh, we got in, we're, U.S. markets open today, and then we just goblin town it again. I feel like we have this sort of like 16-hour window when U.S. markets aren't open for the market to breathe a little bit, and then U.S. markets are open. Everybody loses their minds, man. Anyway, we'll see how this continues to play out. Got some very key levels marked out on the chart right here. So a reclaim of range, $92,000, okay? Bears die here. Okay, that's the bear graveyard zone. Right now, we are still in this guy here. We're live. It's a live stream, man. We're live on the live stream. That's pre-recorded nonsense. We're live. Anyway, besides the point. Very interesting here, okay? So what I want to see, okay? Let's talk about some key levels here. We talked about this a bit yesterday. We got even more oversold, okay? Generally such deep oversold readings, especially when coupled up with a few other things we're about to talk about here, tend to be interesting opportunities in the market, assuming you don't believe that macro is going to get dramatically worse, that Trump's tariffs are going to cause the new Great Depression, and it's all going to go to absolute shit in the next few weeks. S&P 500 is going down 30-40%, yada, 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 tearing of hair, gnashing of teeth, all that kind of fun kind of biblical stuff, right? It's going to get biblically bad out here, guys. I hope you built an ark. Anyway, reclaiming, currently attempting to reclaim, obviously with 13 hours till the daily candle closes, the 200-day EMA. What I want to see, retake $92,000. Could take a few days to get there if we get there, right? Don't expect an immediate V-shaped recovery. A lot of fear still out there in the market. Here's the trick, though. As we get closer to $92,000, it becomes an interesting danger zone, because you might get a bearish retest of the range. Everybody gets all mega bullish, loads up on leverage, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We get up to 92K and then nuke it again. Down we go. So you actually want to see a confirmation here that we start getting acceptance of daily candles back above $92,000. I've got this arrow here pointing to the 100-day EMA. It's also lining up right now with the 20-day EMA. 20-day EMA is trending down super hard right now. That's around let's call it $94,000. That reclaims some major exponential moving averages. 50-day EMA trending down as well. By the time price gets up in that direction, probably going to be around $94,000 as well. Okay. Now, here's when mega bull zone gets back in play. Okay. If we start getting some daily candle closes back at the top of the range, say $98,000 to $100,000, that's when we go back and, okay, we're back on, baby. Things are exciting. Now, you might think, well, that's a long time to wait. I think the key confirmation here is $92,000, right? So if you're rushing in right now for long-term spot buys, fine. Okay, for trades, bouncing off the 200-day EMA, not a bad spot. Bouncing off the 200-day SMA, not a bad spot. But between here and there, it's a big distance. It doesn't look that big. It's a big distance, okay? Psychologically, big distance. Max Crypto to the Moon says, sound odd. Anyone say about the sound? Say any sound problems here, guys? Let me know in the chat if you have any issues there. Anyway, continuing. So that's the Bitcoin chart right now. That's what I'm watching right now, okay? These are the key levels we're watching. Nirvana says, I've seen the Bitcoin to $8,000 comments again. Oh, boy. Mark Lee, 70K incoming. Maybe. But it's interesting. Too many people start expecting that Bitcoin's going to go to 75K, and then Bitcoin kind of doesn't because everybody front runs that, right? If you're expecting Bitcoin to go to 75K, and everybody knows that you're expecting Bitcoin to go to 75K, why wouldn't they just buy at 76K to front run you? But then the other guy says, well, I'm going to front run that guy and buy at 82K, right? We'll see how the next few days play out. Again, U.S. market open today is going to be very telling. We've seen a lot of pain around U.S. market open and U.S. market moves in general. It's so wild, man, because like yesterday, just the amount of bullshit in crypto. Yesterday, U.S. markets, I think the S&P 500 finished up slightly up on the day, and the NASDAQ finished slightly up on the day, and the Dow Jones was a bit down on the day, if I remember correctly. It might be a little bit off on that, but nothing major happened. Let's put it that way. Crypto markets just cratered. It's hilarious. Anyway, let's continue. Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index at 10, extreme fear. We have not seen this kind of fear on the timeline since the bottom of the bear market, the FTX collapse. You're going to tell me Bitcoin's at $85,000 and we are in extreme fear, the same kind of extreme fear that marked the damn absolute bottom of the market. Now, look, the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index is far from a perfect indicator when it comes to, trying to buy or sell anything, right? But I think it's a great sentiment indicator, okay? So something to think about there, all right? Cointelegraph sharing this nice little chart here, the Bitcoin whack-off pattern. Whack off. Like doing that when I was a teenager. Anyway, so pattern suggests the $100,000 retest. The analysts say the top is not in. A similar 2024 led to a 40% rally. Will history repeat? It is very interesting. It is definitely very closely following that. But the question is now, the spring, the move down to 82K, the spring has come in. Can we then get the critical levels, do the test, jump across the creek, and then start blasting up to new highs from there? Let's see. It's always darkest before the dawn. Remember that. Wild outflows from Bitcoin ETFs this week. Check this out. Crazy numbers on $1.1 billion on the 25th. Yesterday, $750 million in total. This week, we've had about $2.4 billion of outflows. Let's see how today's going to go. Probably a bunch more outflows are coming our way. It's been wild stuff, guys. Okay. Yesterday's flows were slower than the day before. And previously, when we had big market dumps, gargantuan BTC ETF outflows marked the bottom. Let me see here. TARS AI is held up well in this bloodbath. Pretty sure, like mentioned, I've never actually talked about TARS AI except when you guys asked a question about it sometime, and I said I had no idea about it. So I'm not really sure what those guys are doing, to be honest. So just FYI. Okay. Okay. Continuing. Raoul Powell with a nice reminder here. It says, I can't express this more. If you follow successful traders on X or anywhere else and rent conviction from somebody else, you'll lose your mind unless you have a long-term view. With research and conviction, please zoom out and don't rent conviction or we'll drive you insane. I agree with that statement. Don't rent other people's conviction. I think that's what gets a lot of people in trouble in this market. Like, I'm comfy holding the Bitcoin, man. It's fine. It's fine, right? I bought altcoins for certain reasons. Fine. And sometimes I reach invalidation points in some of those altcoins, or I see them not getting the hype that they want, whatever it might be, but don't borrow other people's conviction. I feel like that's something that happens. I feel like that's something that generally happens when you see, people like come to YouTube, for example, and they just, okay, well, Lark talked about something for a minute, therefore I will ape my life savings into that, right? Was this first right when Lark and his team are usually really behind the hype of the cycle. I don't know. I feel like we were pretty good on quite a few things, man. But you know, does everybody get everything perfect? No. I think we were pretty early to AI agents. I mean, we got into AI 16Z and Cerebro and a few others before they went like 10x. Yeah, they were the ones that came back down the hardest, but there was plenty of time to get in and take profits on those too. So, right, we got early to plenty of other things too. Well, we didn't really push hard on the meme thing. Well, we talked about plenty of memes here on the channel, but for the most part, I think a lot of the memes that came out were pretty shit, to be honest. I mean, come on. Moodang, the dead squirrel peanut, like, what is that bullshit, man? Some of the memes I think are pretty good. Most of the memes were total bullshit, and there's a reason why we didn't sort of talk about the daily shit coin runner of the day, meme coins over here, because I don't think it was a great idea for people. Most people lost most of their money doing that, okay? So, you know, we've also talked about plenty of other great things before they took off as well, and lots of great opportunities. So do we get everything right? No, absolutely not. Do we get quite a bit right? Yes, we do. And we'll keep trying our best to make sure that we find as much information for you guys as we can, whether it be farming airdrops or, I mean, shit, last year, man, man, we got so much money farming airdrops last year. If you guys, of course, took action and actually went out and farmed the damn airdrops. Anyway, besides the point, let's continue. Right. By the way, if you're a crypto trader, guys, BitUnix, it's one of my favorite exchanges these days. No KYC, no VPN, no BS, just good times trading, good vibes, okay? You want to come over and get $10 for free just for starting your account? You can do that. They got all the top coins over here, deep liquidity, listing new coins straight away as well. So you can get a 20% deposit bonus, deposit $1,000, get 200 back, and you can get up to $2,000 in trading rewards. Lots of great reasons to be trading over on BitUnix. Okay, so if you want to get those bonuses, get that free $10 for starting your account, there's a link down below in the description. Go check it out. Go KYC, check it out. Okay, so Chris Berniski recently also been pricing in big BTC drops before the corn actually takes the nosedive, but then are more muted on the nosedive days. Actually interesting. A lot of altcoins actually popped off yesterday while Bitcoin was plummeting. Fascinating move in the market. 0x Wen Moon pointing out we had Cato up 46% yesterday, Story Protocol 38%, Bera 22%, Hype up 2%. Of course, a lot of others as well. Zaribo popped off yesterday. Litecoin popped off big time. Of course, let's talk about Litecoin. Holy shit. Litecoin, man. Holy crikey bikey. This thing's been nuts. Now, I bought a little more on spot today. I also got an order in at 118, which has not been filled because the price has been pumping. But I'm leaving that in there. Never might see a decent retracement on it. Yeah, no. Anyway, and I got some more 2 days ago at 112. So I got a big Litecoin position right now. The sell order's in at 375. Okay, which means we need a big breakout. Look how many times we tested the resistance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Coming up on a 6th potential test here. Okay. Let's see. This, of course, all based on that ETF hype, okay? Which hopefully we get some more news about soon. 90% chance that this gets an ETF. It's going to be one of the first ones through the door to get an ETF. We've been watching this. Now, by the way, guys, if you want to see what coins I hold, my portfolio disclosures, as always, down below in the description, pin comment over on X, current holdings, venture rounds, OTC deals, all kind of stuff, plus a risk statement. Investing in crypto is risky. You can lose all your money. In case you have not figured it out recently, this fucking market's crazy and you can lose all your shit real quick, okay? Past performance not equate to future returns, DYOR, and never invest more than you can afford to lose or you're going to lose sleep. Okay, continuing. First Solana ETF just got listed on the DTCC. The DTCC is some, boring clearinghouse that does like quadrillions in volume a year. No big deal. Anyway, very interesting. This is happening now too. Litecoin got one the other day. Now Solana's catching up. Solana, of course, got slaughtered in this sell-off. Absolute insanity. So much working against Solana in that recent sell-off, from the unlock FUD to the crime, the slowdown of meme coins, the allegations of insider trade, all the bullshit happening at the same time. Very, very strong negative sentiment for Solana. Came all the way down to tap this 135 zone. Now, if we get any further market downside, 120 is the key level for Solana. Okay, key level for Solana, deeply oversold on the daily. Let's see if we bounce back here. You can see where the trend line is. That's when we need to take out, ideally, a retake of 160 here. Now, again, similar situation. Watch out for a pump up to 160 and a rejection. If you get rejected there, it's a bearish retest, which could send the price down then to like something like 120, especially if macro gets worse. Just FYI. If we break out beyond 160, 20-day EMA is not far away, and we could reclaim trend. Not saying it's going to happen super quickly or anything like that, but that's what we're watching for, okay? XRP. This is currently not the, why do I have that on yellow as well? Anyway, the second yellow line, the bottom yellow line, currently the 100-day EMA price consolidating just under it. You want to see that be retaken, obviously, soon. I'm talking about XRP. These are the four horsemen, right? The four coins most likely to get ETFs first. XRP needs to retake some key moving averages here, get back within that triangle zone there. It's going to mess the structure up a bit, to be honest. Dogecoin came right back down, currently sitting in this area of price support, previous resistance from here, price support from here. Let's see if we get a bounce back up. Hopefully, want to see some good strength come back into that. Again, very oversold on the daily RSI here as well. Downtrends right across the board, guys. Downtrends right across the board. Now, if you're just a long-term value investor, maybe you see opportunity here. There could still be further breakdowns, especially if macro gets worse. You need to keep that in mind. If you want to wait for strength and you have to wait and buy a little bit higher, but maybe it's going to be quote unquote safer to do that when we actually start to see markets showing a little bit of strength and some decent breakouts, especially if you're just trading the markets. Sonic Labs hit a new all-time high total value locked peak of $736 million, which is crazy. It's like the equivalent of a third of the market cap or something. It's pretty nuts. Okie dokie. Phantom chart, by the way, massive breakout, huge retest of the 50 and 20-day EMAs and critical price support right here. Hopefully see some consolidation here, bounce higher, moving beyond a buck in those previous key areas of price resistance around $1.20, $1.40. Be nice to see. Say actually not looking that bad right now, man. Keeping above 20-day EMA currently. Come on, say, let's go, buddy. Get above 30 cents. Take out that 50-day EMA. Let's rock and roll, man. Aptos, by the way, man, the amount of, it's going to be crazy in 2025. Assuming that macro doesn't like completely cuck us, then we're going to get a just flood of altcoin ETFs. Now, again, as mentioned, XRP, Solana, Dogecoin, Litecoin. They're the first four that are most likely to get them. But we got like another dozen coming. We got Polkadot, we got Cardano, we got all kinds of stuff, guys. HBAR. Now we've got Aptos. Bitwise has registered an Aptos ETF in Delaware. So that's interesting. Aptos here, of course, you can see coming back up to retest this major downtrend line right here and the 20-day EMA. Chart actually not looking too bad. Now, obviously, you want to see a breakout and a daily candle close above the orange downtrend line and above the 20-day EMA. I did buy a little bit more Aptos today. Not a lot, right? Like an extra, I don't know, 2% in my bag or something. But that's what we're looking for right here to take out these two downtrend lines. We're close. We've had a few rejections here along the 20-day and the downtrend line. Let's see if we can build some support there on that. SUI currently showing a lot of weakness. Need to retake the 200-day EMA purple line on the chart here. It's not far away at $3, but still, until that happens, it's quite a bearish looking chart currently. You want to see a bit of strength, come back in, retake that 200-day EMA. And I want to talk about Maker real quick, and then we're going to get to your questions, okay? You can see big downtrend here, but the RSI absolutely greased hard, currently in overbought conditions, up 100% in the last month. MACD absolutely grinding higher. Now, here's the deal. Potentially a major rejection zone coming up right here at, was that 1850, right? That's the downtrend line. But if you break out above that, especially with everything sort of lining up behind it, you might see a move much higher for this. Now, why are we talking about this? Because MakerDAO is starting a huge buy. They're going to start buying back like $1 million a day worth of their token. They have hundreds of millions of dollars to do that with. That's crazy, man. That's a lot of buy pressure. This is the exact kind of shit that most tokens need. Most tokens have horrific economics, okay? You need to actually have decent economics where you're paying your token holders some kind of dividend, or your USDC or ETH or something, or AVAX tokens, actually putting real money in the hands of people, right? Not just bullshit token inflation. Or you're buying the token back, like not just little buys, like actual buys. Jupiter about to start doing the same thing, by the way. By the way, if you're a Jupiter holder, they've got the DAO vote open right now. Yeah. If you want to do that, I'm unstaking my coins. It's part of me thinks like, oh shit, I should do just one more active staking reward session, man. The other part's just no, unstake it. Get ready to sell. Two wolves live inside every man. Unstake your jupe and get ready to sell, or get one more active staking reward. Anyway, let's do, it's question time, guys. Let's go. We've got today another water here from the guys at lak3.io. This one is a Swiss water, actually, from, you see here, Sembrancher. Oh, let's try it out, see if it tastes like water or not. Let's go. Tastes like water. It's good. Good. Refreshing. Straight from a Swiss glacier to my mouth. Fantastic. Love it. All right. Anyway, let's continue, guys. Let's do some questions. What do you guys want to talk about? What kind of water is that? It's actually, you guys can go, I think you can buy the waters right now. Lake3.io. They're not sponsoring today's video. There's a channel sponsoring some other stuff, but they gave me a whole bunch of free water. So of course we're going to drink water because water's awesome. Hydrate, guys. You can actually check out some of those waters yourself. Where are we up to? Can someone tell me if I should buy Solana now or after March 1st? This is the trick. This is what we were just talking about a few minutes ago. Borrowed conviction, right? You can't borrow conviction from me. You can't borrow conviction from some rando in the chat. Okay, and I'm just a rando on the internet. At the end of the day, you have to try and make the decisions for yourself, right? And we've laid out, I try to give my opinions on where the charts are right now. Currently, we're bouncing off a pretty interesting area of price support around 135. The stronger price support's at 120. Now, if you want to start building a position in, or if, okay, maybe I only have $100 and you're about $100 in, maybe just put the fucking $100 in. But if you're okay, you're bringing in $10,000 or something, maybe you want to, spread that out a little bit. Not financial advice, obviously, but we do have an 80% inflation reduction coming for Solana. Okay, a lot of good things coming. A lot of good things coming for Solana. And I would not count Solana out. Yes, the casino has dried up because the criminals, somebody came in, turned on the lights, and basically all the cockroaches scattered away and the rats fled back to their holes, essentially. Okay, party's over for the criminal cartel scamming that was going on Solana, which is a good thing for the markets. Okay, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing for Solana too. Solana, very robust chain. Lots to like about Solana, and it's probably getting an ETF in the not so distant future, which could probably be a pretty good price catalyst for it, along with the other big tech upgrades. Fire Dancer validators are rolling out across more nodes and stuff like that. 1 million transactions per second. Like, interesting stuff going on in Solana. Okay, and everybody wants to kick assets when they're down, but anyway. Hey, Lark, if the Democrats get elected, could they do all the crypto legislation and attack the industry for their term? It depends on who gets in. Now, obviously, that's always the risk, and that's the risk of a strategic Bitcoin reserve, is that the next guy comes in and says, screw that, we're going to dump all the Bitcoin. So you can always have this happen, right? And you definitely see it between administrations. One administration comes in, undoes a bunch of the stuff from the previous administration. So yeah, 100% that could happen. But I feel like it's a losing strategy, right? Why would they do that? I understand why Biden did that, because Biden, barely knew where he was most days. And he's some old dinosaur. Oh, magic internet money, I'll ban that crap, But Elizabeth Warren, same thing. It's like, why is that grandma still getting elected anyway? Besides the point. Hopefully, whoever the Democrats put forward next time is not some tech phobe person, and they can actually understand the value in the USA getting behind cryptocurrency technology, getting behind stablecoin technology, right? And a lot of the stuff that Trump is proposing for crypto, no capital gains tax on US crypto, sovereign wealth fund holding crypto, strategic Bitcoin reserve, repeal of SAB 121, which is already done, which lets banks custody crypto, and all this. This is all good stuff. It's all practical, reasonable stuff. Launching altcoin ETFs, providing practical regulations for a growing industry. It's not going anywhere. By the time next president gets in, it'll be a real losing bet to go against crypto. It'll be like it's the equivalent of George Bush coming in 2000 and saying, "We're going to take off the internet, guys." It's that kind of silliness. Okay, we're up to. Do you think it's worth it to buy more now that the markets have dipped? I'm thinking about putting it into mid-cap altcoins. I don't know what coins you're talking about buying, but look, we went over a lot of the charts. A lot of the charts have reached pretty oversold territory. Not everything, but quite a few charts are in pretty deep oversold territory zone. So generally, that offers a pretty good risk-reward opportunity. Again, asterisk to everything in today's conversation is that if macro gets worse, then all bets are off. If equity markets turn over, and equity markets are lacking momentum right now, if equity markets roll over, probably not great for crypto. If inflation spikes big time, not great for crypto. Okay, all we have to worry about all this macro stuff because it keeps affecting our market. We trade as a proxy to all this stuff. Closed door meeting today on XRP. Haven't heard about that, but I don't follow super closely what's going on XRP. Gary says, I haven't heard anyone talking about a realistic cycle bottom if this is the top. Any educated guesses? 50K, 35K. I mean, look, if $109,000 was like the top, and that's it, the cycle's over, then it really depends on not just Bitcoin. It depends on what happens more broadly, right? Is this going to be just because you have to remember there's got to be some kind of real dysfunction happening. We have to have a big bear market in stocks. We have to have probably some kind of recession happen. Okay, and if that happens, how bad's the recession? Is it just sort of garden variety recession, or is this like a Great Depression? A lot of uncertainty there. Let's say on average, Bitcoin drops around 70 to 80% during a bear market. People are going to tell you that, well, Wall Street's here and they're just going to diamond hand everything. Well, we've had $2.5 billion of outflows in the last 3 days that prove that no, that's not the case. Like BlackRock is not buying Bitcoin. Customers, people, regular people are buying BlackRock Bitcoin ETFs that they then custody and charge a fee on. That's how it works. BlackRock ain't buying shit. Okay, keep that very, very straight with you. So 109 back to, 50K, 40K, something like that. If the 109 was really the top and we get a standard-ish kind of Bitcoin bear market, 70, 80% drop. Puts you right around that level, which previously relatively important levels, but holy shit. Tired, man. If that happens like that, anyway, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't think that's the most likely scenario currently, but I'm very open to the possibility that macro does get dramatically worse. We are keeping a very close eye on that. I've got a lot of great stories coming for you on that, trying to break down some really important things. We've been trying to cover a lot of that for you here as well. Business cycles and all that stuff. And we got tariff video coming up and all kinds of stuff, guys. Trying to keep you as informed as possible and all the big stuff happening out here in the markets. Okay. But yeah, if that was really the top, $109,000 the top, lamest cycle ever, first and foremost. And why are we even here, man? Just should have bought NVIDIA. Crap. Anyway, let's see how it goes. Guys, forget Litecoin. It's a joke. Alex, when I talk about Litecoin, okay, it's one very clear. Look, I'm not the world's biggest Litecoin fan, but I'll be a much bigger fan if it makes me a bunch of money. That'll be fantastic. And I will continue to be a Litecoin hater in the years ahead if I lose on this trade. Just to be a petty bastard about it. Look, so here's the trade thesis, okay? Litecoin is going to get an ETF. It's highly likely. It could even be the next coin to get an ETF. That's probably going to spark off a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of move where the price could surge back to the range highs, which is around $400. My sell order is at $375. Okay. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for that swing trade. That's it. That's it. It's all about narratives, man. Don't overthink it. Some of the best tech in the space, nobody gives a shit about it. Some of the dumbest bullshit pumps like crazy. Narrative, attention, money flows. Okay. Litecoin, you could take up to 6 months to play out. By that time, altcoin season will be over, says Steve-O. Well, look, I think it's around the ETF, right? And I think we've got our first approve, deny, delay at the end of March. So between now and then, perhaps we get indication of whether or not we're going to get this approved or not. In theory, there's absolutely no reason why a Litecoin ETF shouldn't be approved. So let's see. If it takes 6 months to play out, maybe I will reevaluate my stance here. We'll see how we play out by the end of March, if we get an approval or not. And then the next approval date beyond that, and kind of look at broader market conditions. Look, I'm not planning on bag holding this down 90% or something. If the bear market comes, I will cut my position at a small loss before things turn really, really bad if it seems like this trade moves against me. It's a trade. Okay? It's a trade. Okay, Lark, I'm giving you one more week to ignore Pi Network. I know Pi Network's come out. I have no idea about it. I have not had the chance to look into it yet, guys. There's so many damn new coins that hit the market. I don't really know that much about Cato. I farmed a little bit of Cato. I never even got around to claiming my coins. Probably worth a few $100 or something, whatever. Story Protocol's out. We're actually going to do a deep dive in the newsletter on that one next week. So keep an eye out for that. Pi Network. Guess we should probably do a newsletter report on that too. I have no idea about it though, man. There's so many damn coins coming out all the time. It's hard to know what's going on. So I don't know if that's a new paradigm of money or not. But yeah, don't know much about it. Which horse would you bet on in a Litecoin versus Solana situation? Litecoin, I guess. What I personally have bet on versus in Litecoin versus Solana. Litecoin's a $9 or $10 billion market cap coin versus Solana, which is worth what, 70 billion right now, something like that. So there's more upside from that perspective around ETF hype specifically. Obviously, Solana long term, it's a real, big network with lots of stuff happening on it, and a vibrant ecosystem, all this sort of stuff. This kind of stuff that doesn't really happen on Litecoin. Litecoin's just a payment coin, right? So for the trade, the ETF trade, for Litecoin, for long-term sort of smart contract layer one blockchain investment, yeah, Solana, of course. Apples and oranges, man. Apples and oranges. Lark, do you think AI coins will have a big comeback? Or right? Yes, at some point they will, 100%. Look, AI is one of the biggest trends in not just crypto, but in everything right now. Business, stocks, crypto, the internet in general. AI coins 100% will have a big comeback, but not all of them. Some of those AI agent coins that were launched in the last 3 or 4 months are going to be absolutely dead, never come back. Okay? Some of the big frameworks, like I'm still holding my AI 16Z bag. Still holding my Cerebro bag. It sounds so bad. Why did I do that? Anyway, besides the point. Cerebro, I don't know. I hope it pops back. That'd be great. AI 16Z, though, I think that pops back and goes on to do pretty well whenever we see more risk attitudes come towards these riskier ends of the market spectrum here. Okay, 1 or 2 more questions, guys. I want to finish up for today. AI will ultimately be highly deflationary, trending towards free. True. True. And that's why stuff like, AI 16Z is probably an interesting play because it's a framework for building out the agents themselves, which the agents will end up being essentially infinitely inflationary because the barrier to build them and launch them will be almost nothing. Whereas the frameworks, they'll have network effects and essentially some kind of moat around them as a result. Mark Lamb says, Lark, apparently Ondo signed. Man, Ondo's been killing it. They signed a deal with MasterCard. I heard one of the chats I was in, somebody mentioned something about that. I haven't had a chance to look into it, but that's very cool news. Ondo's been getting a lot of attention from very high players. So I know a lot of you guys have been in that one for a while as a real world asset play. So, shout out to everybody who had that bag early, not me. I'm not an investor in Ondo, but they've been doing some really good stuff, and it's hard to not hear about them because they keep doing cool shit like that. Cerebro will pop out studies. And yes, I know. This is the only reason. When I bought Cerebro at first, just for fun, and then they launched the whole ZeriPi and Zentians and all that stuff. Like, okay, I'm gonna hold on to it and see what happens. And yeah, I could have managed my risk better on it. Obviously, I've had too many damn coins, man. I got to rectify that situation. Chop the total number of coins down. Concentrate my bets a bit more, just so it's easier to keep track of things and watch all the charts and stuff like that. So don't, just start casually round tripping gargantuan bags. Silly stuff, Lark. Anyway, Adam, Lark, we need a crypto hug. But yes, I agree, man. Cerebro, they've got a framework, right? They're also sort of a pick and shovel play. Plus, they've got a cool AI agent. I always like this Cerebro AI agent. It's one of my favorite ones, actually. A lot of them are just stupid, but I like Cerebro. I think that's a pretty good one in terms of AI agents. It's making its own music and stuff. Dude, we're all exhausted. I know. It's been rough recently. But hey, take the recent market moves as an opportunity if you have money, right? And you don't think that the worst shit's about to happen and that we're going into some, new Great Depression, recession kind of situation. And also try to take some moments to reflect. Don't just sit around in terror all the time. Oh my gosh, prices are crashing. Actually, just try to sit down and go, okay, hold on a second. Where did I fuck up? How did I fuck up? How did I get myself in the situation I got myself into here? And try to think about as we move back towards risk, whether that's in the coming weeks or the coming months or later this year. Might take longer than you think, right? Remember, markets can remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent. Never forget that. And please, for the love of God, guys, stop using cross margin. Stop risking your whole damn portfolios. Come on. Anyway, examine how you got here, what happened, what mistakes you made. Because if you don't sit down and have a conversation with yourself, you're going to keep making the same damn mistakes over and over again. Okay? So, FYI. Something to think about. Okay. Sold my Solana, Lark, suddenly feels silly for doing so. Here's the thing. People get really attached to things and have a very difficult time moving back and forth to cash. I know there's taxable events and stuff like that. So there's that. But if you're selling at a loss, maybe it's not such a big problem. But sometimes maybe you just help yourself sleep at night because you took too much fucking risk. Because you take too much risk. Obviously, everybody's taking too much risk. Everybody's investing more than they can afford to lose, man. I know I don't invest more than you afford to lose. Balls fucking deep in crypto. Super balls deep. It's ridiculous. Anyway, you can always sell and then buy back. Right? This is the thing, is you can wait for strength to reappear in the market. And I'm not recommending that as a strategy to do, obviously, to sell zones of support and then buy back in resistance or whatever. But you can do that. You can move into cash and just wait it out, right? And okay, Solana pumps 20% before you get back in and things kind of look a bit safer, but make sure you're not buying at like rejection zones. We talked about that in the video where you might see a bearish retest happen. So look, I don't know when you sold your Solana. I don't know if you were in profit or in loss or whatever, but I guess you have to ask yourself the questions, exactly why did you sell your Solana? right? And where, I don't know, maybe you sold it at 135, right at the Pico bottom. Maybe you sold it at 180, and now you have a chance to buy back lower. Don't know. There's a lot of information lacking here, but you know, don't be afraid to move things in and out of cash, guys. Cash is a position too. Okay. Cross margin is after. Yes, you guys, stay away from cross margin. Seriously. Adam says, I feel like it's the calm before the storm, more precise, the calm before the launch. Let's go. Well, Elliott wave theorists suggest. Feel like they're the ancient astronaut guys, man. Elliott wave theory suggests that we still have the fifth wave to go. Okay, this was the fourth wave down, fifth wave still to come. Bitcoin goes anywhere from 130 to 150, probably marking some kind of, maybe not the top, but definitely some kind of major local top. And it might take us months to get there. Okay, again, a lot of damage has been done recently in the charts. You shouldn't expect some like immediate V-shaped recovery. People are now going to be rushing to sell any kind of pumps that happen. Relief rallies will get sold down hard because people are desperate to get out, all that kind of stuff, until you sort of work through some of that trauma in the market. Anyway, you guys are awesome. Thanks for joining today's stream. I'll see you back in the next one.